Nonogram, the greatest painter. This is a style of puzzle I have done before, but I've never played this particular game. I'm not exactly sure where I'm going. Maybe we do a small puzzle to start. Oh, they're all locked. Besides tall plant. So, I haven't done a tutorial. I may get the inputs wrong, but off memory, this style of puzzle, the numbers represent how many tiles are filled in. For example, this 5 means all 5 tiles in its column must be filled in, and the same is true for the rest of these, like this. These 3 clues are done, so there's nothing filled in these. Same with the 1, so the only place left for the 4 to go, because the one down here is here, and that finishes the 3 clue. Wow, that's louder than I expected. I'll turn it down in post, I reckon. So now we've got a few more puzzles to try. Maybe we'll go for a bigger one. So, because when it's a single number, all of the coloured in squares are in a row. And if it's 2 separate numbers, for example this 4 and 3, that means that there will be a group of 4 and then some space and a group of 3 in the same order as the numbers. So a 4 then a 3 is different to a 3 than a 4. Anyhow, these 8s, since they're all in a row, even if you push them to one edge, well, they'll go all the way over to here. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And even if you push it to this edge, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all 6 of these tiles will be a part of it, no matter what. And the same is true for all of these 8s. So we'll put that in. This 7 clue brings us down to here, connecting all that, and then there'll be the gap, and then the 1, that's done. These 2s mean the extra 1 on this column can't go here, and in fact the 4, 1, 1 columns are already done, so we can mark where they don't go. The 4, 3 can only be in one way, because to make the 3 we can't, we have to connect these 2. If it's anywhere else, we'll have an extra floating 1, so it must be there. Now the zeros are obviously like this. And the 9s fill in all this and finish our 8s across. It's a Minecraft skin by the looks of things. Shall we go bigger? Oh, here we go. Well, this is all none. I'll end here. So this 7 clue is very similar to the 8s from the last puzzle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No matter which edge you come from, now that we've eliminated the extra 6 squares on the edges, it will always fill in these middle 5. And the 5 does the same thing with just the center square. If you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Same with this 5. Which this must be a part of the 2. We don't know which way yet. But I have a feeling it'll be down. Where do we look next? 1. So, because there must be a gap between each painted in cell for a 1 clue. For example, 1 here, gap, 1 here, gap, 1 here, gap. Each one of these is practically, or takes up at minimum 2 squares. So 2, 4, 6, and then we have another 6. So this will take up 12 squares, no matter what, even if it's not very spaced out. And there are 15 squares down vertically. So the highest the 6 can be starts here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Gap 1, gap 1, gap 1. And the lowest starts at the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So these 3 will always be painted in. And because in this column, row, every clue is a 1, there must be gaps either side. And the same might be true for the 5. 1 gap, 1 gap, 1 gap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then from the bottom it gets this as well. I'm a bit stuck now. It's been a long time since I've done this style of puzzle. Okay, this 5. No, never mind. Usually clues that take up the full width of or full height make the puzzle a lot easier. Oh, okay. How about this clue? We need to put a 2 on the bottom, and it can't start here because it would connect to this and make it a 3. And if this was part of the 2, 1, 2, gap, 1, 2, 3, gap, 1, we can't fit the remaining 1, so the 2 is down here, like this, and now the 5 can no longer reach here. And that 5, they're all in a row, so it definitely doesn't touch the bottom there. Next, the 3, this is part of the 3 no matter what. 1 gap, yeah. Okay, we don't know much more about that yet. This 2 is also down here in some capacity. And in fact, if we look at this, the 3 has to be here, because if the 1 is somewhere up here, this is the 3, exactly this square, and this square. And if this is the 1, which is the only other possibility because of the order, then this 3 goes 1, 2, 3, and the 2 can at highest be here because this needs to be used as part of something, so there's never any cells in here. And now these clues that ask for 1s in this row can only be done like this, and that starts our 5s. So this 5 goes up to at least here, we know it can't be down there, and can't reach any of that. And similar for this 5 to here. Now, what next? Still a little bit stuck. I might edit some of this down so that you don't have to sit here too long while I think. But the timer will show how long it really took me. 1 gap, 1 gap, 1, 2, 3. This all checks out so far. Maybe this column. 1 gap, 1 gap, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Oh, it could have 1, 2 here. And it even works with the across clues because this can continue down as the 5 to the bottom there. And that doesn't break anything. And the 2 can be up here. Very strange. Oh, okay. Apologies, there's someone using a grinder outside. I'm trying to not speak while it cuts so it doesn't mix with my voice. And I can cut it out in post. We are losing a little bit of time to that. Anyhow, this 5, no matter which edge it comes from, it comes to at least here now. Which I don't know how much it helps me, to be honest. Is it possible for this cell to not be folded in, to be an X? If it were, the 3 would go 1, 2, 3, and fill out one of these 1 clues. Then this 3 would force either this or this. Wait, yeah. To be also going down, like, because if this is not, then the 3 is either on this side or this side. So whatever side the 3 isn't on would also be an X, and also have to go down 1, 2, 3. And then these 1 clues would not be valid because there would be 2 adjacent painted in cells. But I've realized possibly if this was not filled in and the 3 was on this side, the this here could actually connect up, have the 2. Wait, let me think. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, no, it doesn't work. Doesn't matter where you put the 2. Wait. Yeah. So I think this has to be painted. Which completes the 3 and means the 1 is higher than this. And now the 3 has to expand to one of these. And actually, the 3 must be exactly both of these because this 5, even if this comes up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it cannot be a part of the 3. And if this isn't part of the 5 extending upwards, which the 5 has to at least start here, then this is a 1 clue that must have a gap either side. So this can never be filled in. The same is true for the 6, the way it reaches up. This across clue is done. These vertical clues are done. One of these 2 must be filled in and one of these 2 must be. Oh, okay. I've noticed this row across. It has 4 ones. Each must be spaced by at least 1 gap. So the 7 across is perfectly filled like this. It's the only way that fits. And now the 2 can't extend up into here because if you try to put a 2 here, 1, 2, it connects to here and makes it a 3. So the clue isn't valid. And the first one must be a 2. So it's at least like this. And the 2, yeah, no, I'm happy there. That puts at least part of the 3 there as the 1. These ones, these have to be just a 1, actually, and then there has to be a 1 above them. So that finishes the 3 clue, like that. There must be a 1 here. It could be here, or it could be here, and I'm not sure yet, because 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that could still be a couple of different ways, I believe. maybe with the 6 one, I can prove this is filled in. Because even if we have the lowest possible 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then we put a gap, 1, we need 2 more ones, one of which will be between here, and one of which will be exactly this. And we need a gap on the side of it, which puts our 2 here, like this. That puts this part of the 5 here. Now maybe this 5 is the same, but there could be a filled in piece here, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, gap 1, gap 1, gap 1. And then this doesn't have to be filled in, but I think it will be. We'll see. I just established with the 6, there must also be 1 between these, so that is 1. And that puts the gap there. And that puts the 6 at least to here, as part of the 5. The 5 across, I mean. This puzzle is actually taking a really long time. I think it will be the last one for the video. Okay, here's an interesting thing. Above the 5 is only 1s, so this must be a gap, leaving only here for this one, finishing the 2 clue, and then to get that final one, must be there. The 5 can't reach here. This must be a gap, putting the 5 at least 2 here. And actually these 2 2s mean they cannot reach those squares, and these all being 1s force that. In fact, I think it is the same there. There is not a neighbor to here that finishes the 5. The 7. I find it unlikely both of these will be painted, but I don't see how to prove it is impossible yet. In fact, that does it. So the 5 cannot reach the bottom, even if I paint down. And to go 3 across would go over the 5's column. So this is isolated and not a part of the 3, therefore it's not filled in, which forces the remaining 1s on this column, to be here and here, finishing that 2. You can probably see what it's trying to draw by now. This 5, I don't know when I blocked this off, but when I did, it finished this column, and I've just noticed that 7 is also done. This must be a gap there. This is got the 2s on the bottom. This 5, I don't know where the 5 is yet, but this 3 is finished there, which finishes that 2. And then the 6 must come up to here. The 1 must be part of this 2, putting the 5 there. There we go. It's drawing Eva. That took quite a while. I'm happy to do more videos on this game. It's quite cute. But I think that's long enough for now. That was quite a hard one. I'm sure we could smash through a bunch of the smaller ones. But the big ones definitely take some time. Maybe some of these would be their own video even. I hope you found this game relaxing. I think it's quite a relaxing little pastime and makes for a good video. So thank you for listening. If you have any suggestions for games, puzzles, let me know. I've ordered a second mic so I can have stereo sound with my voice and jump between your ears. But for now, we're still mono. It should be airing under a week, I hope. Anyhow, goodbye, good night if you're trying to sleep. Yeah, sleep well.